Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, 14-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers take on Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
26.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. A look at the starters now defensively for the Bears. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
At running back is Jordan Howard, who was an absolute revelation as a rookie, but he finished second to Ezekiel Elliott for the rushing title in 2016. And no sophomore slump for him at all. Followed it up with a 2nd straight 1,000-yard season and finished 5th in the league in rushing.
This is Howard on 2nd down. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Howard. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Going to let one fly for Robinson. That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. On the return is Henderson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
On first down, Rodgers trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a return will stop right around the 25.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The numbers for Howard a week ago, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary.
Let's go, let's go.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Let's take a look now at how Green Bay will line up defensively. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. On the return is Henderson. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Rodgers going to throw. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the 1st quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. Man, those numbers from last week. What do you call a game like that? Monumental? A career game?
Yeah, every one of those adjectives you can pull up. Monumental, mammoth, massive. But you also know that he wants another one just like it in this game. He doesn't plan on slowing down.
Man, if he duplicates that, that would be history. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Howard. "23 yards on the pickup there and a first." Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Three and a half to go, first quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A give to Howard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. On first and goal, Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Bears will extend their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Oh, the return is Henderson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 18 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Here's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. And we're back to Soldier Field after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch 18, watch 18. Watch 18. Red, up. Hang on, we got, you see it? Hey! 51 to 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That good for 19 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, so much for keeping him under 100 yards, Charles. You said earlier they needed to keep him in the double digits. Last run puts him over 100 already.
And we're still in the first half. Long way to go.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they move the ball with relative ease.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Blue, blue, blue.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Trubisky on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes Ty Montgomery and the rest of his offensive mates to take over. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
319! 319!
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Jonathan Bullard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
319!
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Working from the gun, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the Bears take over. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Sit up! 180! Red, up!
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up 1st down after 1st down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human 1st down machine? I think that fits.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now Jordan Howard slow to get to his feet, so they will stop play here. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Single. Sit up! 180! hut.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
180. Blue, blue. Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
You see it?
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And down to the 36-yard line here. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
We got 4. 180. Blue. We go. Let's go.
Now Cohen. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up 1st downs.
Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bears add on. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on, just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Rodgers now on first down. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Blue 58.
Rodgers to Montgomery on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Rodgers to throw on second down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
319.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
319.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. That'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Rodgers to throw once more. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
58, right over there, yeah, Mike, 58, right there.
Rodgers again now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And oh, it's blocked.
That's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our ball.
Crosby on now to kick it away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And some room to roam now. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start by zipping up to upstate New York. Detroit paying a rare visit to New Era Field to take on Buffalo. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the 2nd quarter. A touchdown pass for the rookie, Josh Allen. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Matt Ryan has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Ryan Tannehill throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. In our game, it's been Mitchell Trubisky who's looked sharp thus far. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already. and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Breaks the tackle now with Alley. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Bears continue to pour it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary.
That is caught by Cobb, and it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are able to get a score back.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And now it's blocked. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
You see it? Alert!
Right back to him on first down. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And a scary incompletion. Almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
You see it? Hey, alert! Rush it! Run! Mike 42! Let's go, baby! Big turnover! Get that ball!
First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, guys, check me out, check me out. 180! Move.
They run with Cunningham. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Sit up! 180! Red, up! Run! Mike's 50.
Cunningham. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
180! Mike 96! Mike 96! Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still fourth down.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On play action, it's Rodgers. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Again, Cunningham here on the ground. Space to run past the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
This is going to sound crazy, but that type of a carry, big-time run, actually brings a high and a low to it. The high, of course, is the run. But the low, he didn't quite get to the end zone, just short of the pylon. What do you think he's doing in the huddle right now? Guaranteed he's lobbying for the football.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. He'll get it up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Benny Cunningham, his second touchdown on the season, and the Bears add on. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
319!
On play action, Rodgers. And he fends him off. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Oh, still won't go down. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it. And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now? Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Take your shot right here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete? Yeah. What happened? During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it. 6 points go by the wayside on that one. Here's Cunningham. And a short gain down to about the 33. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run. Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They go with Cunningham. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards. And now a decision here on 4th and 1. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And they'll run it here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Benny Cunningham. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears continue to pour it on. And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over. I know the fat lady's been singing for some time. No, not her at all. This is one of our guys. But she's singing too. Oh, she's on like the 5th tune at this point. She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over. Parkey with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. On the return is Henderson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
319!
On first down, Rodgers. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
319!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he gets it down to the 32. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
319!
And again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Leonard Floyd in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
We've been around this league for a while.
Hello.
Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hi.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Complete. And the ball is knocked out. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
No.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Behind!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
Now that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game, 1st and 15. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll go on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Let's go!
On 3rd down, it's Cunningham. Breaks through the count. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Benny Cunningham, 37 yards. And the Bears add on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So this drive spans 7 plays, and a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. On the return is Henderson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Blue 58.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Here we go. 58.
Rodgers now on first down. And he spots Henderson open left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Sup.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
319.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
What's up, my friend? Welcome to the stream. This game's about done, my friend.
Get him for a loss of 5. Rodgers now
Less
after
than
the
2 minutes
sack
to go.
lead to pack up on 3rd and long.
Feel free to
Time for a
subscribe, my
break.
friend.
We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
I haven't played a Madden game since Madden 07.
To throw is Rodgers. Muscling free near the 40. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him 27 yards. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That was the last time you played Madden, DR? Was Madden 07?
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. This is caught, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards
I am more
on
into
the
FIFA.
opening play of the
Who
drive,
like
and
that?
also give him a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
K.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Feel free to subscribe, my friend. The Ustream is about to end. Start up another one in about 30 minutes or so. Play some Mortal Kombat on Wii.